But there's so many different paths to success. You don't have to do it one specific way to succeed. I mean, just look at this. I mean, I sell Tupperware, for goodness sake. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Commonwealth. Kevin, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, thanks for joining us. Have a great show for you today. Have a bunch of sales today. 20 things going out of here. I think for, let's see, I'm gonna have to cheat real quick. $596.69 going out of here. I don't think as of yet we have a sale out of the Homeschool Hustler store. So maybe you'll see Turner, maybe not, I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I'd do some send an offer. Which reminds me of something. I've gotten so much advice ever since I went full-time, quote unquote, you know, how to make it full-time from full-timers, which is great. And some of the advice has been terrific. Some of it just doesn't fit me. And I think, you know, there's so many new people watching the show every day, and I get some new eBay resellers from time to time, and they've asked me some pretty specific questions. I'm going to try to start answering those on the Commonwealth Auctions channel. But I am going to do a video. I'm going to take a vacation. You know, I've been doing this show for 3 years. I think I've taken 2 vacations. So we're going to take a little bit of one here in a couple of weeks. And I have a video that I'm going to be working on for the new resellers who ask me questions, because I don't have time to answer all of them. I actually answer very few of them. I feel bad. I like put a heart by the comment, or if it's an email, I usually don't respond. There's just too much. But I'm going to try to address a lot of those questions and just sum it up by saying, hey, look, this is what you shouldn't do. Those are the kind of things that I don't mind giving advice about. This is what you shouldn't do. These are some general things that new resellers do wrong. But there's so many different paths to success. You don't have to do it one specific way to succeed. I mean, just look at this. I mean, I sell Tupperware, for goodness sake, and we still do okay, right? And that's not something you should be selling if you want to make a bunch of money. You need to do a few things, I think, that make it possible for you to succeed in the future. And I'm going to talk about those. There are 15 different ways, and I actually invite a lot of the full-timers out there, a lot of the people who've been selling for 10 years, 15 years, to give some suggestions down below as we go through this video. I think it's an interesting topic of conversation. Everybody has an opinion, right? And some of the opinions are great. Speaking of, I had a bunch of people give me an opinion on the fact that I paid too much for those video games the other day. And then, of course, some people said I just ripped the lady off. So we're going to talk about that in the middle of the video. We're going to talk about that at the beginning of the video. We're going to talk about that at the end of the video, and then mix in a couple of other topics as well. Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to show you a bunch of video games that sold here. There's actually more. There's a bunch last time. There's more for the next video because they just sold literally before I walked in the shed today. And I think, let's see, there's 5 over here. And this reminds me of one of the points I want to make. So that video I'm going to make when I'm on vacation is very specific to new resellers. It is something that I've heard, that I've experienced myself, things that I've seen people around me experience, things that I've seen viewers tell me. Experienced sellers have told me this is the best advice that they would give. That's the kind of thing that I'm going to put in that video, and it's going to be specific to things that you should not do or things that you should avoid doing, and it's going to be extremely specific. This is going to be a little bit more vague. This is going to be a little bit different as I go through some of the sales today. This is going to be more directed at the way that I think new resellers should approach reselling, more of a positive thought process as opposed to don't do this. All right, so I'm just going to show you a few of these games, and then I'm going to give you a rundown of how much so far we have made, well, how much we have made back of our initial $720 buy. I got so many people, way more than I thought, say, hey, you paid way too much. You're not going to make any money. You're going to make a little bit of money. It's not worth your time. So I decided we're going to keep track of it, and we're going to call it the Motherload sale. You have to forgive me here. I have my little list right here. Alleyway sold for $7 plus shipping. Pong, this Atari game, sold for $9 plus shipping. And that's one thing I want to talk about. So I am just old enough to remember playing it. I remember playing Burger Time. I remember playing that stuff. I remember before the NES system came out, right? And so there were some other systems that were out back then. But I remember that era. So when I first started doing garage sales, yard sales, like 2000, 2001, in order to sell on eBay, I would find this stuff out there, and this is what I was looking for. I was looking for the Atari stuff. That 20 years ago, right? So now that age demographic isn't looking for it quite as much. They're getting a little closer to retirement. Like, yeah, well, maybe I should spend my money in my 401k instead of buying this Atari game, right? What's now coming into the consciousness is things that I used to not be able to sell for anything. I mean, there wasn't a Wii when I started selling. Now Wii is nostalgic for people who are starting to actually make a little bit of money, and so some of those games are going up. So I think that you should first start with what you know. Start with your age group. Start with the things that you love and the things that you know. Start there and then branch out. It's actually one of the things that I heard early on. Pete, Craigslist Hunter, said it. He's like, hey, if you don't sell the things that you love, it's going to seem like a job. And you know what, y'all? I didn't quit my job to get another job. I want to have fun doing what I love to do. And if I'm selling stupid stuff that I don't care about, it's not as fun. This stuff's cool. I love it. All right, back to the numbers. All right, Donkey Kong right here, $30 plus shipping. What else do we have here? Buster Bros. I'm not familiar with that game. I don't remember playing that. Any of y'all remember playing that game? Buster Bros. That one sold for $40 plus shipping on that one. And Samurai Showdown right here, $30 plus shipping. So those are pretty darn good games. Pretty happy with those sales. Still have tons and tons. My wife has not even started listing the Game Boy Advanced games yet. And so I think she's got all of these listed. There was only one that didn't work. All right, here it is, the Motherload sale. And again, I had so many people like, you're only going to make $500. Okay, we're going to make more than that. So here we go. I mean, just look at all the games. I mean, we got a box here just full still, and an entire box back there of Game Boy Advance games. I haven't even touched the handhelds yet. And this stuff isn't even sold. So we sold, this yesterday, this today, and we're already up to $175 out of the $720. So this box right here will put us in the profit. Not to mention the other box and the huge box of handhelds in there. So it's going to take a while. I've decided not to list the handhelds, at least for another month or so, I think. So it'll take a little bit of time to test them, make sure they're working, and get high dollar for them. All right, this back here is something that you've heard me talk about before. This is the one that I picked up down there with Bearded Thrift Machine down there in Myrtle Beach. And I told him, I don't know, I think we passed on one. And then I picked one up of the Jack LaLanne juicers. And I picked that one up because it had this key, or this wrench, in it. And these are the difference maker a lot of times on if it's worth the time. You know I love when in doubt, part it out. And you can make money on the Jack LaLanne juicer even without this by parting it out. But this one to me makes it worth it for most prices that you can find them for. If you can get them for $1 and they don't have this, go ahead and buy it. But this thing sold, believe it or not, sold for $17.50 plus shipping, and it's going to Canada. So somebody out the door is paying like almost $29 for this thing, which I think is crazy, but somebody needed it, I guess, and I'm happy to send it to them. I do not do global shipping on things like this. People ask that all the time. I do the international shipping. It's a little cheaper for them, and it's not a huge item. It's very, very easy to ship, so I like that. So that's another little piece of advice for those new resellers. You got to grow outside your comfort zone. Once I figured out that parting things out was going to make me some money, I started experimenting with things, and that's one of the things I experimented with. But you also got to be careful, because now somebody's producing those things. They're literally making them to sell as replacement pieces, and the prices went down. Same thing with the dome on the top of the New Wave oven. So you got to kind of check the market every once in a while. You can't just assume it's always going to make money. You got to go back and check that market. Speaking of checking the market, this is something I used to buy all the time, and I stopped. I used to get $9 for these right here. It's a stopper. And I don't know, somebody came across a huge load of like new old stock ones, and then the price dropped and it never came back. And so I only got $5.75 for this, which means it's not really worth it. I part out the cup and the stopper, and I would get like 15 bucks total. Now I'm not getting that at all. So I haven't picked these up in quite a while. There may be some colors and models that you can get, but not so good anymore. Next item is an example of a little bit out of my comfort zone, but after you get used to knowing what you're doing, and you're selling what you like, selling what you know, selling what you're comfortable with shipping, then you start to get outside the box a little bit. And this is something that I haven't started selling. I think I started selling this maybe 3 or 4 years ago is all, and I've been pretty happy every time I find them. And it is from that sale where we got the Dukes of Hazzard stuff. I can't remember what we called it. I couldn't believe my eyes or something like that. And that was terrific. We ended up buying these Tech boards for $1 a piece and a few other things like this leather face here. And it is the Pal Peralta. This is the one. See, the sticker has slid. And I probably should have gone and replaced it, opened the package up and all that. But I didn't. And it sold for $25 though, still. So $1 into $25. It'll ship out at the 4-ounce rate, probably. Although, you know what? This is so wide that I'll probably have to stick it in the bigger box. Yeah, it's going to go over the 4-ounce rate for sure. Go out at the 8-ounce rate. Still pretty cheap. We're still going to make about 15 bucks profit on it. There are a few sales that I never mention. Y'all see this? I'm taking my life into my hands here getting this. Let me brace myself over here as I climb this little step stool. By the way, these things sell. I mentioned that before. You can actually make a little money off those little wooden step stools if you want to. I usually sell them in my booth. So, this is where I keep the mousetrap balls in the prototype for the first edition Commonwealth picker mug. And I used to make like $2.20 on these, and now I make about, let's say $1.25. Just with the price of first class shipping keeps going up and up and up, and shipping materials and all that stuff. So I probably won't sell these any longer, even though it's one listing that you make. You know, I've sold literally hundreds and hundreds of these mousetrap ball replacement sets. So probably won't be doing that for much longer because it's really not even worth the time to ship them. But I don't know, $1.25. What do you think? Is it worth time to throw it in a bag and put a label on it? Borderline, I'm sure. I will probably sell Tupperware for a long time. And now mushrooms, right? Mushrooms are my new thing. I don't know why. All right, Vermont Tupperware bin. This one was kind of cool because it's one of the marinators. I don't know exactly what you call it, but or the number on it, but I like the color on it for one. And a lot of times you get that like burnt orange kind of color, the fall colors. But this one, can you see in here? This one was brand new. This one is clean as could be, never been used. Still has the thing, you know, right there. Like, that's awesome. Picked it up for a couple bucks. This one sold for $20 plus shipping on this one. And that one is not going to be a first classer. That one is going to go priority mail for sure. But I would have no problem putting bubble wrap around that and throwing it in a bag if it was going to keep it under first class, but it's not. So I'm going to end up shipping that thing out in a box, and it's probably too thick to put in any of them. 1092, 1095, 1097, any of that. So probably take one of those boxes back there, or I might even put it in the 12 by 12 by 8 and cut that thing down, or maybe not even cut it down. It's not really a point to it. You're just going to put paper in it and it'll stay under 2 pounds. That's probably how I'll do it. But since we're here, I want to give a quick thank you to Sandra for ordering the Commonwealth shipping table plans. We appreciate it over there on commonwealthpicker.com, and they are going to be emailed to you very, very soon if I haven't done it already. I might have done it already. A thank you as well. So many people are getting the American Bubble Boy stuff from the link below. You guys are awesome when you do that. I really do appreciate it. Just the kind of thing here that I love finding. This one went to a viewer, but I love finding it because so many people don't think it's worth anything and they pass it by. But those of you out there who have been selling on eBay for a long time, you know to look for this stuff. And it's not big money. I took an offer. I think it was $20, but a viewer asked me for an offer. I think that's what happened anyway. It's the Thomas the Train sheets. And you can find a lot better sheets than these as far as resale value, but these are pretty cool. Only paid a couple bucks. I had them out there for 20, and we sold them for 15, I think, plus shipping. Wait a minute, I got 2. That's not Thomas the Train. That's Bob the Builder. I'm gonna put that back here. And Thomas the Train went out for $15 plus shipping, so paid 2, so it's, you know, right around a $10 profit on that one right there. And this will probably fit in, probably gonna fit right there. So it's only gonna cost us $7.76 to ship out. Actually, I'm not even sure this is a viewer now that I think about it, because they just said, thank you for the discount. This item is going to go as a gift, so please don't put the cost in, or the cost sheet in the package. So I don't think from the feedback that this is a drop shipper. Although that's the kind of thing you get from a drop shipper. I haven't had too many drop shippers. You know why? Because I haven't been selling VCRs. Y'all, last year in Q4, you saw me sell a ton of VCRs. I normally list VCRs and DVD combos all in like 1 week. I literally have stacks inside. Stacks. I mean, literally stacked, like 2 of them, of DVD VCR combos that I really got to start listing because Q4 is right around the corner. Another thing I think new resellers should do is to never underestimate things and say they're not worth anything because I've looked them up before. There's almost always something in some category that's worth selling if the price is right. Except LuLaRoe. No, I'm kidding. Not even LuLaRoe you can make some money on for certain things. We've sold a particular dress at the 4th of July multiple times and made good money. So here we go. This is Vera Bradley, which, you know, if you listen to some people, it's not worth picking up, but some of it is. This I saw in a pile of Vera Bradley. They were asking $1 a piece, and a lot of it was raggedy and in terrible shape. If this is the right one, this might actually be a different one, but I think this is where, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So this, because this had a wallet in it. Yeah, there it is, the elephant wallet. And, you know, I'll pick them up, you know, for $1. That thing's new with tags. Why wouldn't I pick that thing up? You know it's going to sell. And I grabbed that thing. It's going to sell at the 8-ounce rate, so I was right. I did these calculations. People ask me to do these often, and I don't always do them. So $22.95 is the sales price before taxes, but, you know, I don't calculate that stuff in because eBay takes care of it. So cost is $1, fees $3.44. That's rough estimate. I do 15% when I'm doing these things. Fees aren't that high for me because I don't do promoted listings. Well, I do them. I just don't often do them. So 15% in fees, that covers the bag. We're going to ship it in, and shipping costs $3.49 at the 8-ounce rate, and that means we're going to make $15.02. Definitely worth it, in my opinion, for that, for sure. So don't just like, Vera Bradley doesn't sell. VHS doesn't sell. Well, there's something in, even Avon, there's something in every category, it seems like, that sells.
Hello everybody, it's Turner, and we got a Homeschool Hustler sale. Let's go check it out. It's in the Tesla picker drawer. It's Hello Kitty ornaments, and it's sold for $16.95 plus shipping. Bye.
I haven't sold too much Liberty stuff to the last couple of days. You know, football season ramping up and all that stuff. So here's a Liberty golf shirt, size small. Tough to sell size smalls for sure. $14, paid $1. $14 free shipping, so not a huge profit. And this is the very last one of this style, which is awesome. You see the $2 clearance right there. And we only sold it just like 12 bucks, I think. But at $2, this light, we're still gonna make an okay amount of money. We were selling these at one point, that's 30% off, so I don't know exactly what we were selling them for, but like $16. And at that point, it was worth it. Multiples, multiple quantities, one listing. It was worth it. At this price, I suppose it's still worth it because it's pure profit, but not as good. Look, Christmas is coming, y'all. I just love these. These are placemats, and they sell for $10.50. Multiple quantities. We've still a few left. Selling in lots of 4 there. There's the back side. I don't know, I just like them. Courier knives, early winter, trotting cracks on the snow. Trotting cracks. That's what it says. I'm not making it up. American winter scenes. There's the dog. How cool is that? Morning. I like that one. I can't wait for Christmas, y'all. I don't want to miss Halloween, though. Thanksgiving. Just love all of it. Love it. So, anyway, these are headed out the door. These actually go first class. I'm going to roll these because it's not going to really affect them. I don't like to roll banners so much, but these, they're coated in plastic. No big deal. And they'll ship out first class. We're not going to make too much. We're into them literally for pennies. So it's probably around a $5 profit. I'm not sure when I'm going to sneak this in the video, but it's coming in somewhere. Probably towards the end here is where you're watching this. So I didn't realize it, but I did have 3 more games that had to go out today. So I'm going to add these to our total here. Let's see, $20 Secret Quest plus shipping. Atari 2600. The Pokemon Blue, that one is $50 plus shipping. And Pokemon, the Gold Edition, Special Pikachu Edition, went out for $70 plus shipping. So actually I might have my numbers wrong. Is it 70? Hold on a second. Nope, it was 60. It was $60 plus shipping. So come on over here to the terrible penmanship, and we're up to $285. So once we get to 720, we've broken even, and let me tell you, this is nothing compared to what we have. So I mean, a lot of the good games are going right off the bat, which they typically do. But we're gonna get to that number definitely in the next couple of weeks, I think. And then after that, we're gonna start making some profit. Haven't even touched the handhelds. Haven't even listed one of the advanced games yet either. So we'll see. Hey, all, this one is going out to Lisa. I told so many of you, I'm like, hey, the Inaman price is going down a little bit. It's not $250 like it was. Look, it's even dipped under $100. Lisa got an Inaman under, I can't believe I'm saying that, under $100. And we have, I think, 1 box to go. Not counting these right here, which I think will probably stay here forever. So anyway, Lisa, thank you. And it reminds me, because I haven't seen a message from you, Lisa. So I don't think you sent one, but I have had a lot of messages, not a lot, a few lately from buyers that have purchased something. And then they send me a message later through the messaging system, and then I don't see it until after I've done the video, and I don't get a chance to say thank you. So if you buy something, if you put it in on the purchase itself while you're making the buy, there's a place you can send a note. That's when I get to see them and I can read them. So my apologies if you're one of the people I'm talking about. I just read, literally 30 seconds ago, 2 messages from yesterday from things that people bought that I didn't know were viewer sales. So my apologies out there, and thank y'all so much, and thank you, Lisa, and we hope he gets things moving for you.
Hi guys, this is Reagan, and we have a few CommonwealthPicker.com sales. First, we have Steven, Sandra, and Christina, and she actually lives in Hawaii. And I really want to go to Hawaii just because I bet it's like beautiful there. So thank y'all so much. And then we have Chris, and he got a Commonwealth Picker sticker, and thank y'all so much. And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com. And look how pretty this new competition Leo is. It's for gymnastics, and I absolutely love it. All right, guys. Bye.
All right, hey, got a message from the Fryer family over there on buymeacoffee.com/Commonwealth. So he says, 5 pieces of the shed for you. He says, sharing the profits from my first New Wave sale. Should have parted it out, but time and space was limited. Never would have purchased it if it had not been for you. My family loves your content, and I learn a ton as a part-time reseller. So thank you all so very much. Your name is now down in our book here. We will eventually, whenever we get a new building, we'll get something done. The list is like as long as Santa's list these days. It's getting long. So thank you all so much. We appreciate it. Glad to help. And we can't wait to see you next time.
Hi guys, we're back with some Commonwealth comedy for you, and today's joke is, what happens to a frog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed. Okay, I love that joke. But this is also just like another view of this gorgeous Leo, and I love it so much. And also, I totally got the names wrong on the clip of the CommonwealthPicker.com stuff. Chris actually got the yellow shirt, and Sandra got the sticker, so sorry for the confusion. Alright guys, bye. Hi guys, we're back with some Commonwealth comedy for you. So the joke today is, what happens to a frog's car when it gets towed? Oh, I just said the joke. Bloopers.